Have you ever heard that expression that less is more? Do you really think that less is more? I used to think that way, but not anymore. Let me show you what I mean.
Uri Designs, unique expressions.
And welcome back to Uri Design Studio. I'm glad you're here. Let me share with you what I decided to do with my chair. Looking at the chairs, I absolutely love the look, but I knew it needed something more. So I decided to add a touch of copper on the top and the middle section, and then use this copper leaf and apply it with a brush and Mod Podge as my adhesive. And I'm going to be using this talc just to put it in my fingers so my fingers are not sticking to the copper leaf. Now applying a little bit of the Mod Podge in the areas where the copper leaf is going to go using the brush. Just make sure that you use a brush that you don't care too much about because this is glue. So if it gets damaged, you have to throw it away. And now making sure my fingers are not sticky using the talc and handling the copper leaf with care, very carefully. I'm just going to put it on top right here on the areas where the copper leaf is going to go. I'm not trying to put the copper leaf perfect. I don't mind if it shows a little bit of the chair on the bottom. I'm not going to be covering it completely. You'll see later what I mean. Keep in mind that the design and the style of the table, it's a little bit of an old look. I don't want this to look like I just bought it at the store. It's a little bit more of a distressed look. And I'm going to just match the spaces with the little pieces that I saved. It's like a puzzle, just trying to cover the spaces that I didn't cover before. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let it dry and come back when it's completely dry. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Put in the glue. In this case, I'm using Mod Podge. Just putting enough. Don't put too much to create bubbles, but put enough so the copper leaf will adhere completely. After 2 hours, I came back with a brush and I'm feathering off all the copper leaf that didn't glue to the chair. And by doing this, I am creating a more organic and distressed look, something to coordinate with the table. And I am going to add a couple more things after, and you'll see how this chair is going to come alive, completely transform and something to go better with the table. And a quick tip, don't waste it. Save it in a Ziploc because these can be used for small projects later on. And now to tone down the copper, I'm going to add this turquoise wax. It's so beautiful. I love it. Making sure my fingers are clean completely. And I'm going to just apply it to some of the areas. My table is a little darker than the blue that it shows on the top of the chairs. So by applying this darker turquoise color, I believe it's going to help blend in and then coordinate better with the table. Now the instructions how to apply this, it's using a brush or a sponge. I'm using my fingers. Maybe I'm not a good example of this because I'm not following the directions, but make sure you always follow the instructions. And I think it came out so pretty. I love it. Now it didn't stop there because on the back I wanted it a little bit more. So I'm going to use this patina paint by Dixie Belle, and I'm using these stencils. These stencils are great. They are reusable and they are silk screen printing stencils, and they are awesome. I love them. As you can see, I already used them on my chairs. I'm just reusing this one and it still sticks. Just pressing it down. I clean it after each use, and I'm now going to apply a little bit of my paint on top using this artist brush. Just making sure I cover all of it. And that's it. It's so simple to use. This is the first time I'm using this kind of stencils, and I fell in love with this. Now I'm just going to remove it, and that's it. So simple. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at these stencils. They come in sheets of kind of like, it's not plastic, it's more like fabric. And fabric and plastic at the same time. I don't know. It's a very, very unusual stencil. I've never seen this before. I love it. And that's how it came out. And this is 24 hours after I applied my finishes. And I'm buffing the finishes a little bit to make it look shiny, making sure that I'm using a length-free piece of fabric. In this case, it's just cotton fabric. And now as a final step, I'm going to protect my finishes by using this Dixie Belle Easy Peasy Wax. It's a water-based solution. I am very pleased with the results. I still need to reupholster the chairs. That's for another video. Stay tuned for the next one. It's coming soon. So sometimes less is not more. And as you can see, now the chairs complement the table much better. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. I'm always uploading new videos to encourage you to be creative in your unique ways. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so next time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Until next time, goodbye.